Yard line.
Hey, 59, ready.
They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. It's a loss of 4 on that first play, and it's second down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
11.
48's the mic. Check. 48's the mic.
Space.
48's the mic.
Hey, zoom. Wait.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5.
Ready.
58's the mic.
Check. 21.
58, boy. 58.
Get up.
On second down, here's Ryan. Got his man. That's the Pro Bowler Julio Jones. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down.
One thing we do know, he's going to... get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive.
58, right over there. Okay.
From the shotgun, Ryan. And a diving grab. I think he got that, yes. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
And the key number on that play, 3. 3rd play of the drive, 3rd down, spectacular catch, turns into a first down.
First down saves him from a 3 and out.
Mike.
Ready, blue 80. White 25.
Ready. Watch the ship.
Blue 80.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And finally... Taken down at the 35-yard line.
16 more yards. That's another Falcons first down. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. This is Freeman. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. He completes it to Jones. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A gain there of 21 yards.
All day, dog. He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming, double up. Bang, bang, bang. Get out.
On first down, it's Freeman. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. The tackle made by the corner, Jimmy Smith.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Let's go. Down to lose one. Whip, 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 whip. Watch the whip. Switch, switch, switch. Showing up, showing up. 36, 36.
Wait.
Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. And once again, they stop him behind the line. Great job by this Ravens defense. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Eighth play of this opening drive coming up. This is 3rd down.
57.
Hey, Tuesday.
Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Gets it off to Freeman. And, boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. They'll try and throw for it with Ryan. And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line. Matt Judon. And on the opening drive of the afternoon, the defense forces a turnover on downs. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 15. Now Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
16 yards. 1st down, Ravens.
Ready for the 2nd quarter, and it's our visitors with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They run. It's Mark Ingram. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
But no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now it's Ingram. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? Second and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion.
Under 10, 10. No.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out, you see, and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0.
And he's going to go down again. The Clemson Tiger, Vic Beasley, reaches home that time.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
It's brought in here by Willie Snead. A crazy sequence here. A huge gain that time, but it still leaves them well short for fourth down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Check, go. Check, 53's mine. He can't hang. He's not going to get
2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime report.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
They'll indeed go for it with Jackson. And this is caught that they say out of bounds. It would have been a first down, but he couldn't stay in, and as a result, they're going to have to give up the football. Well, that, my friend, I guess is the definition of a head-scratcher. 4th and long, this stage of the game, what were they doing?
I just have to believe that he looked at the situation, still in the first half, decided if there was a time to be aggressive, now was it, because there's still time to make up for it if things don't go right. Of course, a lot of questions on this one, and look, I want to go for it as much as anyone.
But 4th and long?
Yeah, I don't think I would have there. That one seemed a little bit on the irrational side.
Fans might be a little angry at that one. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. To throw is Ryan. Jones has it. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. Back up there at 22.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
57 mark. Man, we got to get this stop here.
Check.
Crunch.
Pilot, 64, weak.
Flare. Kill.
25 tonight.
Watch
61, sub. 25 tonight.
They'll run here with Freeman. And a little bit of space there takes it inside the 5 to the 3. A pickup of 4 on first down. It'll be 2nd and goal. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead, because now the defense can't dictate with pressure. They're guessing about where you're going to go. I might come right back at them with the same play, the same set, and see if they can stop them.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
I'm going to come back to you.
Ryan. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal.
Heavy, what you got? What you got, Heavy?
They'll look to run with Freeman. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. So with 4th down looming, Dan Quinn sends out his field goal unit from the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And his kick is good. And the Falcons are out to a 3-0 advantage. Been a bit of a dogfight thus far into the second quarter now, and we do have our first points, a field goal.
Yeah, a lot of people say, wow, first action on the scoreboard, about time. To me, the action's been right there on the field, trying to figure out who could gain an advantage, gain some field position, finally get points on the board. I'm loving this kind of game.
It feels like kickers might play a big role in this one.
Yes, make sure you give them the respect they deserve. They could cost you a game or win you one.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. You're down 3, under a minute to go. How aggressive are you going to be in this spot?
Not as aggressive as I probably would want to be. Only down 3. I mean, it might as well be even going into the half. That's not a deficit that makes me want to push it and potentially make a mistake in this situation and cost myself even more points.
But, boy, getting in a field goal range and tying it, that's tempting.
Awfully enticing. You almost talked me into it.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Jackson being chased out left. He's going to take off with it, and he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Out of the gun, they give to Ingram. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half, as they're going to stop him behind the line. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. These offenses seemingly still back at the hotel for the first half. 3-0 our score as the second half gets underway. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offense.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Devondre Campbell flies in to blow that play up. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Ingram, he is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Stop your body.
There's Jackson on 3rd and long. An unlucky number here, a loss of 13 on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. Here's Sam Cook now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. And he'll take it just outside the 40. A good kick, 49 yards, just 3 on the return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion.
1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. Here's Ryan. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Josh Bynes. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. After the sack on 1st down, Ryan. And finding the tight end Hooper. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
The beauty of route running is it doesn't matter what position, everyone's doing the same thing. In this case, tight end, selling the vertical route. Get the defensive back on his heels, break off for the corner. And with good timing, you get a completion as we just saw there.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
And 10 at the 16-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Ryan. This complete to Jones. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. 12 yards there and a 1st down. So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal? And now a 10th carry for Freeman. And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Falcons push further out in front. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try to figure out what is working, and call more of that.
They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Well, Charles, 18 of the 32 teams have now played 8 games, half their season. The other 14 will reach the midway point next week, so we'll save the midseason grades and awards until then. But
Thank you. I like that.
Yeah, we'll wait on that. But let's look at a few underperforming teams thus far that have played 8 games, and you tell me what you think their final record's going to be. Let's start with the Chargers at 3-5.
Big win in Chicago on Sunday. I like them to go 5-3 down the stretch, and that gives them 8 wins.
Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant, and his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
39.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Ready, blue 80. Blue 80.
Target.
Hey, express.
Lucky.
They'll run on first down. Freeman. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14.
Ready, blue 80. We're going to make the 48 right now. Let's go. It's been a long day for you. 54, stop.
Operating from the gun. Ryan. Complete to Jones. But he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Falcons. Julio Jones.